This is ACS Blog, and we're with Professor Neil Kinkoff, Constitutional Law Professor at Georgia State University. The Chamber of Commerce v. Whiting involves the Arizona Workers Act. Can you tell us, first of all, what is this law? And then second of all, on December 8th, when the Supreme Court hears oral argument of the case, what should we be looking for?
Sure. The Arizona Workers Act, actually the Lawful Arizona Workers Act, has two provisions that are at issue in the Supreme Court. The first provision makes it subject to the corporate death penalty for employers in Arizona to employ unauthorized workers. And it's the corporate death penalty because Arizona law treats articles of incorporation as a business license and makes those subject to rescission if an Arizona business employs someone who's not authorized to work in the United States. That's an issue in the Supreme Court because there's a federal law that says it is the exclusive law relating to the employment of unauthorized workers. The reason there's a real issue is that the federal law provides a savings clause, which saves the authority of states to regulate licenses and similar matters within the state. So the question the Supreme Court will have to answer is whether this rather draconian approach that the Arizona legislature has adopted is really within the spirit of that savings clause, or whether the savings clause means to save a much narrower category of standard state licensing requirements. The thing to look for in the oral argument on this case will be what it is the Supreme Court is asking about, because at issue in the case potentially is much more than just the Lawful Arizona Workers Act, but also SB 1070, the Arizona law that requires immigrants to carry their papers. And if the Supreme Court starts asking the lawyers in the workers' case about the doctrine of implied preemption, then I think what we're going to see in this case will be real strong implications and consequences for the case that we all know is coming down the pike, the SB 1070 case.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to explain this to us and talking to ACS Blog.
Okay. My pleasure.